Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we'll be solving generate parenthesis problem, and this is a medium level of question, and the solution actually contains backtracking. Backtracking is difficult, I do understand, but I think practice makes you understand it better. And there are a couple of great videos. The guys in those videos actually explain the backtracking concept very well. So I referred them, and I would definitely suggest you guys also, if you want to understand backtracking better, you can refer it. Now in this particular question, we'll be given an integer value, that is n, and using this value we have to come up with all the permutations of these braces. Now the constraint is the opening bracket will definitely will come before the closing bracket, and it should be in proper order. It cannot be like two opening brackets with three closing bracket and again one the last opening bracket, so that won't be the correct one. So let's see how it works. Now since we already know that we'll be returning list of string, so we'll initialize it here. And you know what, since we'll be using our helper function in order to solve this question, let's initialize and let's make it as our class variable. Now after this, let's write the edge case. So we'll say if my n is equal to 0, then simply return empty result. That's okay. If not, then we'll call our helper function here, in which we'll have empty string, then we'll have opening bracket, the count of opening brackets and the count of closing brackets, and our variable n. After this variable, after this method, we'll be actually returning result. Now to write this helper function, let's say private void, since we'll not be returning anything, helper string str int open, int close, and int n. So here my open variable will actually count the number of opening brackets, while my close variable will count the number of closing brackets. In order to write the edge case, we'll first write if my str.length is equals to 2 multiplied by n, then in this case we'll say first result.add my str and then return. Now why multiplied by 2? Because you'll notice here 3 contributes to a pair of bracket, that is opening and closing. So if n is 3, in total we'll have 6 brackets or 3 pair of brackets. So that's why we are multiplying it by 2, because we'll be actually comparing it with the length of the string. So that's okay. Now we'll say if my close is less than open, then I'll again call my helper function, and this time I'll add my closing bracket in str. And since we are adding a closing bracket, so we'll say close plus 1 and n. And if my open is less than n, then I'll call the helper function, and this time along with str I'll actually add my opening bracket to it, and since I added an opening bracket, I'll add 1 to open, close will be as is, and n. So this way I'll actually backtrack my solution while adding closing bracket and opening bracket to it. Let's see if it works. Oops. Okay, since we don't know what is open and end at beforehand, so we'll just pass 0, 0 there. Perfect. So the output, the order of the string does not matter in output, so that's great. Perfect, and it worked. Again, for this solution, we actually use the concept of backtrack, and I would definitely suggest to practice more if you want to learn this concept and to refer to the videos online on YouTube. They are really great. If I have to speak of the time complexity, so the time complexity of this question is pretty complex. If you'll go through the entire complexity, so it will be somewhere around 4 of n divided by something something. So in interview, if someone asks like what is the time complexity of this particular solution, you can say that complexity is exponential for this particular solution. And if the interviewer wants to go deep towards this, then probably you will have to learn to how to calculate the complexity. Not in this video, but maybe in some other video, I'll try to explain how we can actually calculate those complexities. But for now, this is good. I hope you like the video, and if you do, do not forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.